The word of the day for today, January 27th, 2022, is pruinos. Pruinos. It's an adjective, and it means to be covered with a frost-like bloom or powdery secretion as a plant surface. The origin, dictionary.com, takes us back to Latin and further fleshes out the interesting relationship between some of our letters in English and Latin letters. The connection between frost, as we pronounce it and write it, as well as Latin pruinosus, frosty. The F and the P sound, right? The Latin P often corresponds to the English F. Pater and father, or pater and father. And then a few other things. The examples are, in fact, useful. They do sort of just repeat the definition forward, backwards, right? The first one gives a description, then it says that's pruinos, and then the next one uses the word pruinos amongst other vocabulary words, and says what it describes: a blue or white powder that covers the insects as they age. So, limited use to my mind, but they're just a starting point anyway. And I think one of the places that I would go with pruinos would be, again, to the sci-fi fantasy realm of describing a place, right? You could, if it is an insect-based alien that you've created, or an alien species, or community of some type, or a plant-related one, you could have their architecture of whatever type. Maybe it's more organic of an environment, or and it could be covered with a powder of some kind, right? And you could describe it as pruinos, a pruinos architecture, or a pruinos patina, or patina. And right, so that calls back to the organic kind of meaning of organic, as well as environmental roots of this word. Because like we think about frost kind of covers everything. But then, so one of the examples in my life where it would have been a useful word is when my brother and I were young. We had been playing, and my mom came in. Maybe it got a little too quiet, and she walked into, must have been the basement, normally pristine place. The way she kept it, a mysterious fog and a white pruinos covered everything. It was, in fact, the stuffing, the guts of a very large, larger than a child-sized stuffed lion that we had. And it had been wounded, and for some reason, somehow, it had exploded, bloomed, if you will. And its soft white guts covered the couch and the floor and the bookshelf, and likely us in a white pruinos layer.